Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, November 4th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 670 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Ex-Queen, Jordan Prince who feuded with King still not free. A public suicide in Iran spotlights anguish over economy. China's advice to stockpile sparks speculation of Taiwan war. Lynn Spears is requesting that Britney's estate pay for more than $600,000 worth of legal fees linked to her efforts to end the conservatorship. Defund the police candidate stumble in liberal Seattle. Ted Cruz gets fact-checked to his face on Fox News over domestic terrorist lie. City will clean up Koreatown hoarder home with trash piled 8 feet high. Nick Saban on Henry Ruggs 3 in wake of fatal car crash. Consequences can be devastating. Kyle Rittenhouse judge stops proceedings, fumes about media criticism. Biden pushes back on Fox News and garbage story on payments for migrants separated by Trump administration. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Cleo Smith kidnapping suspect sent to hospital after self-harming in police custody, CNN. Forza Horizon 5 review, GameSpot. Dwayne Johnson and Gal Gadot on stealing stuff, dancing together and shooting movie during pandemic, Jimmy Kimmel Live. Car, unidentified remains found in search for Massachusetts woman who vanished in 1982, NBC News. Gal Gadot to play the evil queen in Disney's live-action Snow White, the AV Club. Boston student, 16, accused of knocking her principal unconscious, New York Post. Comment, Apple's rant against app side loading on iOS contradicts itself thanks to macOS 9.5 Mac. 29 days on the edge, the road to launch and beyond for NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, see Tech Daily. Aaron Rodgers violated COVID protocol by doing maskless indoor press conferences, NBC Sports. Nearly a white jury picked for trial in Ahmaud Arbery's killing, over prosecution's protests, The Washington Post. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. 2 dead after man at ABBA tribute concert falls and lands on another. CNN host left stunned by terrifying new turn among QAnon followers. James Carville rips Democrats over election losses, some need woke detox center. Joe Scarborough breaks down how Trump's Twitter ban now plays into GOP hands. Stephen Colbert gives Democrats a real kick in the ass after election loss. Seth Meyers hits Glenn Youngkin with a critical race theory superkit. Jimmy Kimmel taunts QAnon followers with one scathing question. Tucker Carlson says he's never figured out what critical race theory is. New York City cabbies rescued from debt crisis in New Dawn for iconic taxis. Democrat Phil Murphy narrowly re-elected governor of New Jersey. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Musician for bilking $1.3 million from. Parents arrested in girl's fentanyl overdose. Official describes tornado aftermath. Ex-educator sentenced for relationship with student. Team rallies around hospitalized assistant coach. 3 die in explosion, fire marshal says. Officer receives award for capturing woman. 5 years later, investigators still searching for killer. A 1,200-year-old dugout canoe is raised from Lake Mendota. Homeless woman shot in the face with airsoft gun. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Only one black juror chosen in trial over Ahmaud Arbery case. Lawmakers ask Biden to rescind medals for Wounded Knee massacre. Reeling from surprise losses, Democrats sound the alarm for 2022. Biden urges parents to vaccinate newly eligible children. Philip Murphy wins narrowly in NJ governor's race. For progressives, Michelle Wu points to a way forward. Back in Chicago, woman is charged in killing of mother on Indonesian vacation. Iran seizes an oil tanker, but whose tanker is disputed. How Glenn Youngkin activated white racial anxiety and won over voters. Biden rejects $450,000 payments for separated migrants. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. California police chase suspect in stolen big rig in hours-long pursuit. Menu at COP26 mocked by climate activists over meat and fish selection. Democratic dysfunction and dismissal of culture issues lead to Virginia disaster. Ted Cruz, top Dem have heated exchange over Biden's Egypt policy. Manchin calls election results a wake-up call, acknowledges impact of Biden agenda. Greg Gutfeld, what an amazing message sent by American voters. Steve Scalise, make no mistake, Biden's agenda was on the ballot. Henry Ruggs crash, witness says he tried to save woman, hasn't slept since. Tucker Carlson, Democrats' abysmal election results show it's time to rethink politics. New York man charged in 45-year-old cold case murder of World War I vet. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, November 4th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Cleo Smith, man, 36, charged with kidnapping missing girl in Western Australia. Pictured, Bivouac Fenton, the incredible shelter for hikers perched 8,750 feet up in Italy's Dolomites. British Tommies and Indian soldiers stand guard around Hampton Court Palace. Robert Hartman, COP26's stellar attraction, the prince who started it all. Britain's newest star, sultry Lola Young, 19, whose melodic voice is behind John Lewis advert. 4 of Britain's biggest mortgage lenders brace for interest rise. NHS staff won't face mandatory jab or jaw choice before April despite fears of soaring winter wave. Medical student paralyzed from the waist down in a climbing accident sues climbing partner. Russian porn star claims she was jailed for 2 weeks for flashing her buttocks in view of Kremlin. Almost 200 countries signed COP26 pledge to phase out fossil fuel. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Singapore is set to execute a mentally disabled man for trafficking 1.5 ounces of heroin. International Criminal Court opens probe into alleged crimes against humanity in Venezuela. Why is the world protesting so much? A new study claims to have some answers. Israel's third fifth snap election as lawmakers pass budget. A hostage of Al-Qaeda made it back to France. Her return to Mali is sparking anger. India says it will reach net zero emissions by 2070. Can renewables meet the growing demand of more than 1 billion people? My name is Cleo. Police release audio of moment 4-year-old Australian girl rescued after 18 days. Urgent efforts to calm Ethiopia as war reaches 1-year mark. Israel tests massive inflatable missile detection system. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus news live. India celebrates Diwali amid concerns over COVID. Ukraine sets new daily cases record. COP26 will be derailed unless the rich world meets its obligation to the poor. Larry Elliott. Noma, the hidden childhood disease known as the face of poverty. Forza Horizon 5 review, a much-needed road trip fantasy. Sacred places burn, living on the front line of global heating. Paulomi Basu, a decade of creation, in pictures. Eternals review, Close AO's indie nuance cannot power the Marvel machine. Where the Wild Things Are, a trip to Romania's southern mountains. They stayed to fight the Taliban, now the protesters are being hunted down. Climate misinformation on Facebook increasing substantially, study says. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Governor Phil Murphy projected to eke out win for re-election in tight New Jersey race. Fed to begin slowing economic aid as inflation worries rise. Indiana man charged in fatal shooting of trick-or-treater. Watch, bear chows down on bucket of chicken inside home. Watch, bus driver helps snake safely cross road. International Criminal Court to probe abuses in Venezuela. CISA issues sweeping federal directive for government cybersecurity. Florida governor calls for election police force. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Cleo Smith, listen to the moment police rescued missing girl. Cupcakes recalled in U.S. over metal fragment contamination fears. Damon Galgut wins Booker Prize with Tour de Force novel The Promise. Amanda knocks on how she thinks her case would be viewed today. Charges likely in Australia child disappearance case. COP26, more than 40 countries pledge to quit coal. European manhunt for 26M London celebrity raid suspect. HPV vaccine cutting cervical cancer by nearly 90%. ICC to probe Venezuela over alleged crimes against humanity. Ethiopia's war 1 year on, how to end the suffering. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. California, Michigan begin vaccinating young children, White House to warn parents about vaccine misinformation, COVID-19 updates. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy narrowly re-elected. Lead in water worries residents of Michigan City. Some women not returning to work post-pandemic. Police, domestic mass shooting leaves 3 dead, 2 wounded in Virginia, suspect in custody. Solar farms finding new uses. The AP interview, Department of Justice conducting cyber crackdown. UK retailers reveal top dream toys for Christmas. Kids turn arrives for COVID-19 shots in Ohio. COVID-19 vaccinations for children begin across U.S. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Woman injured and 30 cars damaged after large tree falls at Greek Theater. $14 million payout approved in LA wrongful conviction case. Magnitude 4.1 earthquake hits near Ukiah, California. California Attorney General launches investigation into Los Angeles Police Department shooting in Pico Union. 15 parking spaces at Long Beach City College to be reserved for homeless students. Dog gets 30 stitches after chasing mountain lion from his Laverne house. Influencer Jenny69 calls herself a buchona, how narco-inspired style came to rule social media. Trial begins for LA County deputy accused of manslaughter in 2016 shooting. It has been 20 years since a black man represented California in Congress. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, November 4th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. China tennis star Peng says ex-vice premier forced her into sex. U.S. oil giant's top list of lobby offenders holding back climate action. Report into lobbying tactics names ExxonMobil and Chevron as worst, while carmaker Toyota takes third. Even the Pope is on board with the labor shortage, urging prayers for people who suffer from depression or burnout. Taxi driver released from Guantanamo Bay after 17 years of brutal torture with no charge. Suneo boy, 96, dies, Hiroshima victim who lived to tell his story. U.S. strike that killed 10 Afghan civilians did not violate law of war, Pentagon probe. You are not alone, EU Parliament delegation tells Taiwan on first official visit. This sun isn't normal, extreme UV radiation is broiling Bolivia's highlands. Russian troop movements near Ukraine border prompt concern in U.S., Europe. Chinese tennis star accuses former top Communist Party leader of sexual assault, triggering blanket censorship. COVID proteins that trigger strokes and heart attacks identified by Israeli team. Germany, leader of most populous state backs early coal phase-out. Hendrik Wst, the premier of North Rhine-Westphalia, called coal uneconomical. The state has the largest lignite, or brown coal, field in Europe. More than 40 countries agree to phase out coal-fired power. Critics say pledge to end use of dirtiest fuel source in 2030s and 40s does not go far enough. The next headlines are from Forbes. Savor the flavor of London's latest boutique hotel. Sarah BJRK, an example for women returning to play soccer after pregnancy. Brewers off-season transaction tracker. EWA Dynamite results, winners, news and notes as Miro replaces John Moxley. Why it's time for the term minority to disappear in STEM disciplines. World Series ratings rebound after COVID slump, but still lower than usual. Roku user soar amidst supply chain headaches. What's it mean for 2022? Barry Gibb's career in music celebrated on Isle of Man postage stamps. Here's the exact time Call of Duty: Vanguard goes live. Too simple expanding UPS freight runs, says its robot trucks cut fuel use by 13%. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Dressed up tumor cells make up a personalized cancer vaccine. Maps reveal surprising details of Mongol's ancient capital. The African Academy of Sciences is in crisis, responsibility must be shared. A mediator of metabolic signals influences puberty and growth. Mice with disrupted mitochondria used to model Parkinson's disease. A whale of an appetite revealed by analysis of prey consumption. Reconstruction of block wave functions of holes in a semiconductor. 2 more DDR1 promotes collagen fiber alignment to instigate immune exclusion. Terrestrial type nitrogen fixing symbiosis between seagrass and a marine bacterium. Author correction: large metallicity variations in the galactic interstellar medium. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,742,398,344 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Red Notice review: Ryan Reynolds, Dwayne Johnson and Gal Gadot compete in an elaborate Easter egg hunt. Eric Roberts, Saffron Burrows rap on limited London set series Cancelltown exclusive. Bertelsmann expands Netflix competitor RTL Plus as Fremantle revenues soar to $1.5 billion. Dwayne Johnson pledges to stop using real guns on his productions, following Rust tragedy exclusive. BTS steps into Toon World as Hype, Scooter Braun to the Key Holdings diversify beyond music into games, NFTs, more. Netflix under pressure in Korea as Squid Game success stirs lawmakers and internet firms. Dangerous Review, Scott Eastwood as a psychopathic killer, part Clint, part Bourne, in a slovenly action film. Disneyland employees lawsuit demanding park increase minimum wage dismissed by judge. Hashimoto AI, A-list film nerd is inspired ambassador for Tokyo Festival. Chinese distributor Parallax picks its film market battles, focuses on Tokyo. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. New Yorkers vote against a potential expansion of ballot access for the state. Chinese tennis athlete accuses former top Communist Party official of sexual assault. Suicide rates fall again, but not for young adults and some people of color. Tasty Cake recalls cakes that could have tiny pieces of metal in them. The NRA is being sued for allegedly breaking campaign finance law to back Republicans. Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti tests positive for COVID-19 at the climate summit. New Orleans trumpeter gets 18 months over post-Katrina charity fraud. House Democrats are bringing back paid leave in their spending bill. Stung by election results, moderate Dems want to hit the gas on infrastructure bill. 1 black juror and 11 white jurors will hear the trial in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery. The following headlines are from The Week. QAnon has now dragged the Rolling Stones into its Trump JFK Jr. fantasy, and Stephen Colbert has questions. At least 7 people who attended Trump's January 6 rally won election to public office Tuesday. Trick-or-treaters bring gifts to woman who didn't have candy to pass out. Prosecutors protest predominantly white jury in trial for Ahmaud Arbery's killing. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy's re-election was a historical rarity, but the narrow margin was not. Nursing school applications are up amid pandemic. Senate Republicans block debate on major voting rights bill. Democrat Phil Murphy will hang on to New Jersey governor seat, Associated Press projects. U.S. passes 750,000 COVID-19 deaths. Biden on Democrat laws in Virginia, we all have an obligation to accept the legitimacy of these elections. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Rodney Reed in Texas troubling reliance on the death penalty. Special election loss in San Antonio could spell trouble for Dems in the midterms. Austin voters reject proposal to superfund police in victory for progressives. The next headlines are from Universe Today. What's snuffing out galaxies before their time? Astronomers might have found a planet in another galaxy. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, November 4th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Aurora Alert, CME impacting Earth. Comet Leonard still might become 2021's brightest. The asteroid belt contains solar system remnants. Series at opposition in November. The next news is from Politico. COP26's key task, stamping out climate cheating. Opinion why election night 2021 was bad for Donald Trump. 5-year-olds soon have to show vaccine cards in San Francisco. GOP embraces classroom politics, taking cues from Youngkin. House Dem Suburban Foundation at risk of crumbling after Tuesday's results. Biden says $450K payments to families separated at southern border are not going to happen. Opinion we haven't reached peak newsletter, not by a long shot. 7 big cities elected mayors Tuesday, crime and policing shape the results. A $130 trillion climate promise is greeted with suspicion. Biden, I'm not sure passing Build Back Better agenda would have changed Virginia election. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Australian News Live, more details emerge from Cleo Smith's rescue. Victoria records 1,247 new local COVID-19 cases, 9 deaths. NSW records 308 local cases, 4 deaths. Frustrated Tigers fed up with Luke Brooks speculation. Pay ruling is the first step to end shameful story on Australian farms. The plan to unlock more swimming spots, playgrounds across Sydney. Tougher ASX climate disclosures inevitable as RBA pledges to monitor risks. Worth the wait, why Tim Tsai is hungry for immediate success. Law change could set Falau free to play for Tonga at World Cup. Inside the player negotiations that have brought Eels to a standstill. Murphy won't contest election but Collingwood could still have board fight. Cleo Smith's alleged abductor had room full of dolls. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Tax guy, it's not too late, you can still trim your 2021 tax bill, here's how. Another grim milestone, US tops 750,000 deaths from COVID-19. The Wall Street Journal, MGM to sell operations of Mirage on Las Vegas Strip. The Moneyest, I rented a 3-bedroom apartment for $1,500 and charged my roommates $800 per room. I got a $100 cut each month. Was I wrong? The Wall Street Journal, years after employee revolt, Google again pursuing Pentagon contract. Sells $1.2 billion of mortgage bonds in focus after company abruptly exits home buying business. Market Extra, why the Fed's long-awaited taper announcement isn't rattling the stock market. The Fed slows down bond buying, says factors boosting inflation are expected to be transitory. Earnings results, booking shares climb higher on more evidence of travel recovery. The Fed, some puzzles left behind after Fed Chair Powell's press conference. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Motorola wins bid to shield invention forms in patent fight, Law 360. Entrepreneur of the Year in JAR discusses cancer drug discoveries, on news. How to successfully navigate exclusions in Russian patent law, Lexology. TechFest Vietnam 2021, Innovation Enterprises and Patent Village officially launched, Lexology. Change is coming at a repo, World Trademark Review. A Tale of Two Jurisdictions, Sufficiency of Disclosure for Artificial Intelligence, AI, Patents in the U.S. and the EPO, Intellectual Property, United States, Mondac News Alerts. Connected by Bamboo, Kyoto Shrine honors Thomas Edison. The Asahi Shimbun, Breaking News, Japan News and Analysis, Asahi Shimbun. The next headlines are from Quartz. Who is a Hong Konger? The U.S. government has one of the widest definitions. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says inflation will run hot well into 2022. Avis's stock more than tripled after it teased a plan to invest in electric vehicles. How Zillow got rocked by the housing market. Bed Bath & Beyond is giving meme stocks their best day in 3 months. Facebook has already announced its first acquisition as Meta. Show me the money. Are financiers greenwashing COP26? Paid parental leave is reinserted in the Biden bill just days after it was stripped out. Canned food. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Nintendo's YouTube video for its Switch Online upgrade is its most hated video ever. Advertising is content, Taskmaster Edition. Google News returning to Spain, as awful and alienable snippets tax is replaced with marginally less awful EU copyright directive. Surprising, but important, Facebook sorta shuts down its face recognition system. Appeals court doesn't seem to like much about a criminal defamation law police used to arrest a critic. Daily Deal, the ultimate learn to code bundle. The whole YouTube radicalizes people story doesn't seem to have much evidence to back it up. Clearview finally submits AI for independent testing, only tests feature it isn't actually selling. Nintendo killed emulation sites then released garbage N64 games for the Switch. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Macaulay Culkin, Klay Thompson, Charles K.K.O., Gary Payton II, Sixers, Diwali. Happy Diwali 2021. Buster Posey, John Moxley, Walmart Black Friday deals. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Israel to put massive military balloon in the sky, video. 7 people fined for anti-Semitic tweets about Miss France contestant. China is amassing nukes much faster than previously thought, Pentagon report. Russian exports of farming machinery soar to record high on demand from EU and CIS. Ford to become first U.S. automaker to mandate vaccines for 30,000 plus workers. Lawyer for Epstein's Madam Maxwell likens her jail conditions to Hannibal Lecter's in new bail request. GOP senators say Meghan Markle has called to press for support on paid leave measure in Biden's spending bill. Lackluster election days prove people want Democrats to get things done, Biden declares in voting postmortem. Former president of Broward County Democratic Black Caucus pleads guilty to $300,000 COVID relief fraud scheme. Deep sorrow, grief as 24-year former goal of the season winning hockey player dies 11 days after collapse on ice. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Canary Islands volcano ejects dangerous lava bombs weighing half a ton. This is beyond unacceptable, Bernie rages as House Dems propose massive tax break for millionaires. Over 20,000 migrants have crossed English Channel into UK this year. Tesla is officially starting to open its charging network to other EVs. Coal keeps lights on at COP26 as low wind strikes again. Predators with badges, the sex traffickers on America's police forces. NBC reporter triggered after Armory sells Let's Go Brandon AR-15s. U.S. Marines training elite Taiwanese troops at base in Guam. Biden admin blacklists Israeli spyware firms in unprecedented move against Ali. Airport disruptions possible as Biden vaccine mandate for TSA workers looms, lawmakers. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. My Life for Democracy. Sabotage could be behind tragedy on Baldwin film set, lawyer. Ecological Holocaust, women saving India's Western Ghats forest. No adults in the room, leaders criticized for climate inaction. Can the military coup in Sudan be reversed? China ramps up border checks amid COVID outbreaks. A year into war, fate of Tigrayan federal forces still a mystery. End of coal in sight as COP26 deals take aim at dirtiest fuel. U.S. predicts China could have 1,000 nuclear warheads by 2030. Democratic governor and Biden ally narrowly wins re-election. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Tulsi Gabbard celebrates Terry McAuliffe's loss in Virginia, this benefits us all. Exclusive truck driver Edward Durr, how I took out New Jersey's top Democratic boss. Critical race theory top issue in Virginia election, Democrats still insist it isn't real. Poll, Americans overwhelmingly oppose Biden's spending agenda. Watch, Braves fans boo woke MLB commissioner who removed All-Star game from Atlanta. Exclusive Herschel Walker, Georgia is next because I'm running, I'm going to go out and win. McConnell, DHS offer of $450,000 to illegals is parody, insult. NFL legend Randall Cunningham to John Gruden, I don't believe you're a racist. GOP, the fight against critical race theory has only just begun. Eric Adams heckled over vaccine mandates day after winning NYC mayoral race. The next headlines are from UPI News. Fellow customers complains lead woman to $500,000 lottery prize. Teen solved 300 Rubik's Cubes while riding a unicycle. Woman walking on Alaska beach finds message in a bottle from 1987. Watch, curious parrot investigates highway traffic camera. Watch, FBI, lacks jetpack man sightings may have been balloons. Italian couple confronted by endangered bear on balcony. Look, British firefighters rescue ferret stuck between concrete posts. Watch, man backflips 62 inches off the ground for Guinness World Record. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 4, Army CIA unit studied the real UFO Blue Book cases. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Scientists discover baby seals can change their tone of voice and mimic sounds like parrots. 4 common medicines have reversed Alzheimer's in mice. Implanted electrodes could offer improved vision for 148 million blind people. Forget gold and fine art, startup finds investors to put their money into rewilding the land. After senior had no candy for trick-or-treaters, the kids returned with gifts for her. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, November 4th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Glass shortage in SF due to massive amounts of car break-ins. Golf course offers free golf in exchange for help catching vandals who tore up greens. Oregon, previously arrested 11-year-old arrested again by Marion County. Prosecutors, woman stole rings, shoelaces, gun belt from slain security guard after Boise Mall shooting. 96-year-old woman facing judicial ordeal due to Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan insult charges. State police arrest 7 accused of trying to take back indigenous lands. Man eaten by piranhas after jumping into lake to escape peace. Astronauts grew green chili on the space station and made space tacos. Jellyfish keep attacking nuclear power plants. Jellyfish are continuing to clog the cooling pipes of nuclear power plants around the world. A sheriff's investigation refutes allegations that a Florida Panhandle teacher subjected her students to pornography by letting them watch the R-rated movie Alexander. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Review, Amazon's Kindle Paperwhite, 2021, is even better than the Oasis. From Elon's mind to Bill Gates' wallet, how GPT-3 ended up on Azure. Australia sets itself up as the laughingstock of COP26. The 4 computer systems of the future, and what we'll use them for. Squid Game, more like Scam Game, a roundup. Stop using rainbow maps, it doesn't do your data justice. Ford's a concept pickup truck turns my old school mode on. This pre-Black Friday sale can help you spice up the look of your boring old Apple Watch. Pick up this 4K camera drone at a pre-Black Friday price under $65. Facebook is blocking researchers' access to data about how much misinformation it hosts. The following headlines are from Science Daily. New study proposes expansion of the universe directly impacts black hole growth. Why sugary drink taxes aren't effective, and how to change that. Impaired wild mice survive and thrive as well as unimpaired counterparts. On ancient Earth, it never rained but it poured. One and done, researchers urge testing eyewitness memory only once. It takes cellular teamwork to heal the intestine. History of insect invasions offer insight into the future. Closer look at unexamined interactions could improve drug purification process. A new dimension in magnetism and superconductivity launched. Mapping annual wildfire probabilities across California. The next headlines are from Information Week. How to improve remote network reliability. How to prevent your next cybersecurity attack. Federated computing will shape the future of computing. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, November 4th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Real estate investments, no one is immune to defaults. 3 takeaways from Real Salt Lake's 3-1 loss to Portland. As younger Utah kids get the jab, see where COVID-19 vaccine is available for those ages 5 to 11. Major road upgrades on tap for Mill Creek, but will they improve Popular Canyon? SLC Mayor, Police Chief share revised plan to lower crime, improve response times. Utah election roundup, Cedar City mayor ahead in her race by just 16 votes. Against his old team, fun-loving Hassan Whiteside proves his value to the Utah Jazz. What's new, and what's back to normal, at Utah ski and snowboard resorts. After key losses, Donna Brazile warns in Utah speech of a Democratic disaster. Man accused of posing as doctor, endangering the lives of multiple patients, Utah AG says. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Australia is putting a rover on the moon in 2024 to search for water. Useless specks of dust turn out to be building blocks of all vertebrate genomes. Low-tech video game streams are taking off on TikTok. Future iPad Pro and MacBook Pro models rumored to feature ultra-bright double-stack all displays. Microsoft's GitHub CEO Nat Friedman is stepping down. CDC recommends COVID vaccine for younger children. Researchers demonstrate complete solar-powered hydrocarbon production. Waymo will start operating in NYC. Microsoft brings JavaScript to Excel. New NYC Mayor Eric Adams wants the city to have its own cryptocurrency. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Blues lose to Kings in shootout, 3-2. I made it. Illinois student gets to perform in Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The mysterious underground hazard St. Louis leaders want to remain secret. St. Louis pediatric doctor advocates for children to get COVID vaccine. Afton School District Superintendent addresses multiple school lockdowns. St. Louis Community College to give millions in grants to help people change careers. Fundraiser for fallen Pontoon Beach officers' family set for tomorrow. 290-million-year-old skeleton found at National Park. WashU professor says it's time to hit the snooze button on daylight saving time. Metro East mother charged after 5 children killed in apartment fire. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Escondido Council opposes Sandeck proposed driving tax for transit project. $3.4 billion San Diego Airport Terminal project now underway. Speaker's racist remark prompts call to change county public comment policy. CHP in pursuit of reportedly stolen big rig. 1 man killed in Spring Valley shooting. List: these local restaurants will be featured in SDSU's new stadium. San Diego County will create regional film office to boost economy, support artists. Largest border crossing in Western Hemisphere lays out regulations for non-essential travelers. Officials say San Diego is on pace for worst flu season in recent years. AT&T worker badly hurt when driver slams into him on South Bay Street. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. military tests astonishing array of new technology at Yuma Proving Ground. U.S. Army tests modular effects launcher of new Scout helicopter. Buy Systems 57mm gun to equip U.S. Navy's next-generation frigate. Kongsberg secures $167 contract for naval strike missiles for Norwegian Navy. U.S. Army receives 2 additional spy planes from SNC. Teledyne FLIR develops new drone system for defense and public safety customers. U.S. Navy's newest amphibious assault ship completes builder's trials. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Censors go nuclear as tennis players Me Too allegations against top official go viral. Taiwan party split over constitutional reform. Norman Bethune's last surgery. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, November 4th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Group calls to drop charges against AAPI leader's alleged attacker. Woman crossing Highway 116 in Santa Rosa hit, killed by car. San Francisco store owner concerned after brazen theft. Children may soon have to show proof of vaccination in San Francisco. Woman stabbed following argument over sale of RV, Sonoma sheriffs. A multifaceted problem, lawmakers confront major congestion issues at California's ports. More rain headed to the Bay Area, here's when. Orinda woman attacked by bear in North Tahoe. Residents in San Francisco's Marina District hire private officers due to crime concerns. Ex-raider Henry Ruggs yelled at police, hospital staff after fatal crash, records show. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Surging Miami back in ACC Coastal Division race. Column, Rogers audible on vaccine not the right call. Australia police yet to interview abducted girl about ordeal. Jaren Jackson Jr. helps Grizzlies beat Nuggets, again. Canopy controversy leaves downtown Arlington Heights restaurant in limbo. Itasca officials silent on reason for Haymarket decision. A Democrat seeks to intervene in redistricting suits. Naperville attorney to appear on Wheel of Fortune Thursday night. 16-year-old from Aurora hasn't been seen since Monday night. Petra Eas will speak Friday in Schaumburg as part of Judson World Leaders Forum. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Why Washington State is still falling back even though a bill passed in 2019 to remain on DST forever. Seattle 2021 general election results for mayor, city attorney, King County executive, more. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Croatia, Italy, Romania, Serbia, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Drought is ongoing in South Sudan. Drought is ongoing in Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, November 4th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Thursday's high set to be coolest since February. Burglar cuts hole in wall, crawls across floor before stealing wigs in Montgomery County store. Angleton family searching for answers of couple murdered on Halloween, doesn't make sense. Robbery suspects lead HCSO deputies on a chase in W. Harris Company. Men with dementia missing from Houston's South Side. Family of teen inmate who died from injuries suffered in Harris Company jail speaks out. Islamic religious teacher sentenced for sex crimes with hire to teach Quran to kids. Astros, Braves family member reflects on series pitting husband, son. HISD allowing field trips now that Harris County's COVID threat level is orange. Deputies investigating body that may have been found at Tomball construction site. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Tennis, sex and politics combined in Chinese Me Too scandal. Japan labor leader vows to fight for stable, better work. Is it green, or forever toxic? Nuclear rift at climate talks. China Airlines, EVA Air resumes flights to London in December. UK interest rates set to rise amid high inflation. Germany reports record number of new coronavirus cases. Global shares up after Fed says economic aid will wind down. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. A Grubhub guide to East Village eating. Phil Murphy projected to win second term in tight NJ governor's race. Extra, Kim Kardashian West travel to Pete Davidson's native Staten Island for private dinner. Amidst hunger strike, NYC taxi drivers get better debt relief deal. NYC Republicans poised to pick up city council seats. I couldn't help but wonder, could I stay at a recreation of Carrie Bradshaw's apartment? Hochul backs Cuomo's Penn Station pet project and Midtown mega project, with a twist. New York elected officials flock to annual conference in Puerto Rico, here's why you should care. NYC begins COVID vaccine push for 5-11 kids, with public schools to host pop-up clinics. A black eye for democracy, New Yorkers reject ballot measures aimed at making voting easier. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Daughters of a lesser god, 800 million girls forced to be mothers. Yemen, 4 children killed or maimed a day, as war grinds on. COP26, not blah blah blah, UN Special Envoy Carney presents watershed private sector commitment for climate finance. Israel settlement expansion tramples on human rights law, experts contend. Climate of fear prevails for human rights defenders in Afghanistan. COP26 discussions must prioritize agriculture. Indian COVID-19 vaccine receives WHO approval. Urban leaders, influencers, chart new path for world cities. End war now before it's too late for Ethiopians, UN rights chief urges fighters. Indigenous communities and human rights defenders under siege in Colombia. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Israeli spyware giant NSO Group added to U.S. trade blacklist along with 3 others. The misanthropic bankers behind COP26 and the Green New Deal. 100% of COVID-19 vaccine deaths were caused by just 5% of the batches produced according to official government data. Prince Charles claims a vast military-style campaign is required to marshal a fundamental economic transition. Greta crashes COP26 to call bull $ hit on carbon offsets, still hasn't heard of China. NBC reporter treats Let's Go Brandon as danger to Biden's life, contact Secret Service. America's largest teachers' unions push vaccine mandates that will usher in technocratic digital ID. When Russian troops training in Russia are raising concerns, it's propaganda. British Medical Journal, researcher blows the whistle on data integrity issues in Pfizer's vaccine trial. Pfizer tells kids vax will make them superheroes, give them superpowers. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Biden says Virginia race wasn't blowback against him. Pope Francis disappears on live TV, explained. Murphy ekes out win in NJ, GOP's Youngkin upsets in Virginia. Anderson Cooper says he used fake name on Instagram to help sell his mom's art. Cat got your vote, NYC candidate brings pet to polling place. Briefcase changes color from red to green on TV, explained. Death toll rises to 23 in Nigerian building site collapse. Feds seek tougher sentences for veterans who stormed Capitol. Facebook to shut down face recognition system, delete data. Adams wins NYC mayor, Rue makes history winning Boston mayor. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Biden's workplace vaccine mandate is legal, moral and wise. How COVID-19 unleashed a new way to fight opioid addiction. Going 10 rounds with top bartender Shannon Tebay. Why pro athletes like Aaron Rodgers are so susceptible to medical quackery. Erica Jane's angry outbursts during the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion did her no favors. Seth Meyers rips into how Glenn Youngkin won Virginia by weaponizing critical race theory. The defund the police crusade got crushed at the ballot box. Tucker admits he's never figured out what critical race theory is. New York City is the invisible, eternal hero in Morning Sun. This electric roaster oven deal is here to make your Thanksgiving stress-free. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Illegal migrant who posed as minor while crossing border charged with murder in Florida. Jury selection in Ghislaine Maxwell trial to begin Thursday. Man accused of double murder less than a week after being freed without bail. Husband of Helena Hutchins hires law firm that specializes in wrongful death suits. Stitches vow for next MLB season, Build Back Better. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Looking for galaxies in all the wrong places. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Children receive first shots of COVID vaccine. Millions of children begin receiving Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. Queen Elizabeth II urges bold action on climate change at UN summit. City workers battle COVID-19 vaccine mandates. UK researchers study cattle in hopes of reducing their effect on climate. New blood test can spot more than 50 types of cancer, researchers say. Crew Dragon flight to space station delayed. New blood test may detect more than 50 types of cancer. Biden calls it a big mistake for China to opt out of climate summit. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Accused thief who bailed out of rogue rig just before it slammed into a mobile home charged with murder. Norfolk man kills 3 women, injures 2 more in shooting, police say. Girl saves family from carbon monoxide poisoning in Massachusetts, unlocks unconscious dad's iPhone with his face. UK gamer with longtime handle Squid Game inundated by those mistaking her for Netflix show. Republicans on track to pick up at least 1 more NYC council seat after outer borough upsets. Biden, Fauci hails landmark approval of COVID-19 vaccine for children aged 5 to 11. Eric Adams started his day with a plant-based mayor's breakfast wrap in Brooklyn. Florida second grader crusading against masks is suspended 36 times. NJ Governor Phil Murphy wins a second term by a whisker in one of the nation's most watched races. Fight for NYC council seat in Brooklyn's Bay Ridge still too close to call. The following headlines are from military.com. Few details from Pentagon, VA after White House unveils suicide prevention plan focused on gun safety. The Corps new plan aims to treat Marines like human beings instead of inventory. Department of Defense says botched Afghanistan airstrike in final days of war was due to rushed, poor planning. Who needs college? Vets using the new GI Bill program to get good-paying jobs. Veterans and military spouses have access to free tech training through a new career program. Thousands of airmen and guardians defy services vaccine order. Uncowed by COVID-19, China is rapidly building its nuclear arsenal and armed forces, according to the Pentagon. Former Marine Sears becomes first female lieutenant governor of Virginia. Army is flouting order to repay reservists their housing benefits, court filing says. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Defrocked Catholic priest and child sex abuser Daniel McCormick is released from state custody and living in Chicago after appellate court decision. Bala Balachandran, Northwestern business professor who started school in his native India, dies. Chicago Police Union head renews call for thousands of officers to disobey vaccine reporting mandate, but department compliance jumps to 76%. Kyle Rittenhouse jury views video showing shootings during protests. McDonald's protesters condemn CEO's comments on Adam Toledo. Jaslyn Adams, the CEO doesn't understand or know our struggle. Chicago medicine pediatrician talks about timing of COVID-19 shot for kid turning 12 soon, how to celebrate holidays safely and more on Facebook Live. Do the new federal charges against Heather Mack constitute double jeopardy? Experts say not likely. Days after release from prison overseas, Heather Mack faces new reality, pleads not guilty to federal charges related to gruesome 2014 killing of her mother. El Milagro workers, supporters hold Day of the Dead vigil to honor employees who died of COVID-19. The following headlines are from phys.org. Aviation's present-day contribution to human-induced global warming is 4% and will increase over the next 30 years. NY state approves constitutional right to clean environment. Oil-rich UAE to burn waste to make power. The Amazon, a paradise lost. Damaged Amazon rainforest teetering on the brink. World's highest ski resort of Bolivian memory. Undersea 5.7 earthquake shakes part of eastern Indonesia. Globe bounces back to nearly 2019 carbon pollution levels. Social media is reshaping British universities' value systems in a scramble for likes and shares. Global carbon emissions rebound close to pre-COVID levels. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, November 4th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Antibiotic-resistant bacteria, what they are and how scientists are combating them. What happens to your body when you quit smoking? Why do humans perceive time the way we do? Dogs have co-evolved with humans like no other species. How citizen scientists uncovered the strange behavior of vampire butterflies. Power multivitamin for women, a complete review. Are some countries happier than others? Studying shark brains. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Nintendo's profit drops from last year's pandemic boom. Radicalization's path, in case studies, finding similarities. AP photos, a slow-motion burial awaits in volcano no-go zone. Bees, sheep, crops, solar developers tout multiple benefits. Asian shares rise after Fed says economic aid will wind down. Toyota lifts forecast despite pandemic supply chain damage. Latroska carrying hopes of Mexico in Breeders' Cup race. Israeli parliament passes budget, clearing key hurdle. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Harriet Cole, she won't come to the suburbs, so I have to stay sober to drive. Miss Manners, what's with these entitled dog walkers? Dear Abby, people are shunning me because of what my husband told them. Warriors improved to 6-1 as Steph, LaMelo step aside for Jordan Poole. Murphy ekes out win in NJ, GOP's Youngkin upsets in Virginia. Morgan Hill, suspect arrested in October 12th carjacking. Yellowstone treasure hunter acted recklessly and must pay for his rescue, court rules. Warriors roster moves display development plan for Kuminga, Moody. Career giant, Buster Posey's SF Giants highlights through the years. Pink Floyd legend brings Echoes tour to Bay Area. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Democrats draw I'm my grandsire after watering down amnesty provisions in budget bill. Thomas R. Knights confirmed as ambassador to Israel. Protests at Thursday at Liberty, day after school president promises to address ex-assault concerns. Seattle rebukes defund the police candidates. Phil Murphy edges out Jack Ciattarelli in nail-biter New Jersey governor race. Richard Neal disregards Joe Manchin concerns on cost, input in reviving pet goals in Biden bill. Democrats point fingers while Biden credits Trump for party's election setbacks. Lisa Murkowski scolds Democrats for not seeking compromise for new election laws. Maryland officials expect a third of 5-11-year-olds will get vaccine in first few weeks. Mistakes but no criminality in drone strike that killed Afghans, Air Force IG says. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Secret Israeli document offers no proof to justify terror label for Palestinian groups. Joe Lieberman urges Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema to fight Biden agenda as he fought Obama. NIH officials worked with EcoHealth Alliance to evade restrictions on coronavirus experiments. Internal emails show how Lincoln Project Tiki Torch stunt went wrong. Facing months in prison, indigenous activist goes to trial for protesting Trump's wall. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, November 4th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Horoscope for Thursday, November 4th, 2021. Amazon offers new skip the checkout experience at Westmont Food Store. Shots fired at 2 Chicago police officers in Gresham, no injuries reported. Blackhawks blow lead against Hurricanes, return to losing ways. Rocky Lombardi, Trayvon Rudolph have huge nights, but Niu falls to Kent State. Bulls defense takes first half off again, pays for it this time. Village of Dixmoor lifts boil order after weeks-long water crisis. Video of fatal police shooting of Michael Craig released by COPA. The Mix, things to do in Chicago November 4th to 10th. Pritzker's new deputy governor for education vows to work on making Illinois the best state in the nation to raise children. The next headlines are from the Times of India. U.S. report on nuclear arsenal full of prejudice, China. This Diwali, begin your crypto journey, no more. You won't be able to downgrade your Apple iPhone after this update. Reliance Jio phone next, why EMI buyers need to be alert before buying. We look forward to working with Tribune, says Rohit. Anat, elated fans step out to get reginified on Diwali. Rohit admits poor decision-making hurt India's T20 WC. Anat the movie review, 2/5. Live, PM lauds soldiers for carrying out surgical strike, says every Indian is proud of you. COVID-19, PM Modi pushed for Covaxin at G20 meet. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, November 4th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this fall 2021. Things to do, Sam Turner and the Cactus Cats, Neon Boots Dance Hall and Saloon, November 6, 2021. 4 essential things for the Astros in a post-Korea world. Things to do, listen to the Louis Armstrong songbook this weekend. 4 thoughts on the Astros' loss in the World Series. Deshaun Watson will remain a Houston Texan for remainder of 2021. This week's best concerts. The next headlines are about world records making news. South Australia sets world record in solar-generated electricity, says Say Power Networks, ABC News. Football world record attempt to begin and end in Black Country, ExpressinStar.com. Indians celebrate Festival of Light amid COVID-19 fears, Yakima Herald Republic. Doug the ugly New Zealand potato could be world's biggest, WJXT News 4 Jacks. Ayoja's Deepatsav makes it to Guinness World Record, watch the colorful moments, ABP Live. Alex Dowsett falls short in our record attempt, cycling tips. Teen solves 300 Rubik's Cubes while riding a unicycle, UPI News. Get to know Corey Belmore, Canada's beer mile world record holder, Canadian Running Magazine. SC Euros Day 2, Lombardi's birthday party includes 2 silver and a world record, swim-swam. SAS, Who Dares wins winner Matt Salisi's world record, Watford Observer. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Boeing wins FCC approval for satellite internet despite SpaceX's best attempts. Gal Gadot will shift from DC hero to Disney villain in the live-action Snow White. Last's Daniel Day Kim joins Netflix's live-action Avatar, The Last Airbender. Why, The Last Man's showrunner wants 5 seasons. Get ready for HBO Max and Discovery Plus to become one mega service. Clearview AI forced to cease data scraping operations in Australia. Yes, Mark Zuckerberg's sites are down, update, all better, apparently. What is COP26 and why is it important? A very serious list of Star Wars characters Matt Smith could have been in The Rise of Skywalker. The US blacklists makers of Cop's favorite iPhone hacking tool. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Tete in Mozambique at 111.56 degrees Fahrenheit or 44.2 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 68.8 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 56 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Forza Horizon 5 game review, a gorgeous drive to familiar heights. With Mesh for Teams, Microsoft plans to bring 3D workspaces to remote workers in 2022. FCC approves Boeing satellites, rejecting SpaceX's interference claims. Alaska governor orders state agencies to ignore federal vaccine mandates. Electric conversions are this year's hot trend at SEMA. U.S. blacklists maker of Pegasus spyware that helps governments spy on activists. Google wants every account to use Tufa, starts auto-enrolling users. Theranos swipe Logos from Pfizer and another pharma giant for fake reports. Blizzard delays Diablo 4, Overwatch to amid exec departure. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Jimmy Kimmel marks 1-year anniversary of sore loser Trump's election defeat, he still hasn't let go. QAnon spooky JFK gathering in Dallas leaves extremism expert shocked. California man screamed homophobic epithets while going on stabbing attack, police. Trump-loving sheriff calls for arrest of 5 Wisconsin elections commissioners. Dem leader identifies chief flaw with Terry McAuliffe's strategy, people want to forget about Trump. Democrat Phil Murphy projected to win second term as New Jersey governor by AP and CNN. MAGA rioter demands his trial move from D.C. to Maine, because he's tired of being called racist, report. Trump-loving guidance counselor faces child exploitation charges after being honored at White House. Fired Papa John's founder blames the elite left for supposed deteriorating quality of company's pizzas, report. Trump says he didn't defame accuser Summer Zervis and was only using fiery rhetoric to attack her. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. New York cabbies' hunger strike ends with a huge victory. Republicans once supported the Voting Rights Act. Today, they voted against its restoration. These 10 publishers produce most of the climate lies on Facebook, study says. Republican Glenn Youngkin wins Virginia governor race. Minneapolis votes to keep its police department. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Balding mice study points way to hair loss treatments, WTTW News. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Aptenics, APTX, gains 4.22% on strong volume November 3, equities.com. Social isolation impacts brain function in significant, sometimes permanent ways, Ubinet. Study, DMT stimulates brain cell growth at subpsychedelic doses, maximum effect seen at 6 hours exposure, The Province. Baby seals can change their tone of voice, and may help unravel the mystery of speech, see Tech Daily. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, November 4th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, November 4th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.